What's good? It's your boy Yikemike. I'm here with Breakthru TV. We finna get a little Pong session in. Shit, let's see what we do. Let's get it.
Baby, this shit bad. Baby, this shit.
Alright. Get up. Let's see, man.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, almost. Okay, man. So, who are you? Where are you from?
I'm Yikemike. I'm from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Also known as the Inland Empire. 40 minutes from LA, however you want to put it.
Yeah. How was it growing up in Rancho, or just the IE in general?
Growing up in the IE, it was like smooth. I ain't had to worry about I could walk late at night, not have to worry about no trouble, no gangs.
Yeah.
It was just more like sports. Like I played football, so I was like in sports a lot, and then I was in school a lot. I had to worry about my grades, focus on education.
Yeah.
So I feel like being in the IE, I was raised good.
Okay. Cool. Alright. Let's see.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been dry all day too.
okay.
So
See a splash.
Move that one to the side. So you take that back one out that I made, and you just put it to the side. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Exactly. Now it's your turn.
You want to? Okay, bet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, trying to get that.
I did that. So, what was like your introduction to music, and when did you really start to take it serious? Because I know you're a producer, right?
Yeah.
So, what made you want to take that route as well?
My introduction was I think I was in middle school. Yeah, I was in middle school, and one of my friends that introduced me to dubstep, like electric music. So I started listening. That was like the first genre of music I started listening to, and then from there I got into hip hop. I started listening to like Lil Wayne, and then I think at that point is when I realized like, oh, I really like music. Like actually listening to music. Like I was young, like 10 years old, 9 years old, and I started like really like getting more focused in the music listening, like using my ears to like specifically listen to every sound, melody.
Like you're studying, right?
Yeah, I started like studying it early. So one of my other friends he knew how to use FL Studio, so I had started off making music on Magic's Music Maker. I was just on YouTube looking up, how do I make beats? So like I got into Magic's Music Maker, and then my friend taught me how to use FL Studio. We was at the beach and we was just in a tent chilling. And then he was just showing me his computer, and he gave me a little introduction to FL Studio. So after that, I got into FL Studio and then started off making EDM music, dubstep, and then as I grew up, I got more into like hip hop. So from there, like Chief Keef, I got into Chief Keef, and I started making more trap beats. Mm-hmm. So I went from dubstep to trap.
Real trap shit.
Went up from there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's hard, bro. I would have never guessed that you started with dubstep. That's like an obscure genre.
Yeah.
A lot of people, at least me personally, not a lot of people fuck with that, like dubstep. So that's cool.
Okay.
Oh. So yeah, you just put down to the side.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, sounds like you've been kind of producing for a while. Right? I was playing around with it.
Yeah.
At what point did you really like put your foot on the gas though, and you were like trying to? How was it? Were you trying to get bigger placements, or did you just start working like with the people around you locally, or?
Starting off, I was really just making music for myself. I just like music, so I wanted to like make my own stuff. So when I was in high school, I got like a big placement with Almighty Suspect because he was like an LA artist. So me from the IE, like everybody in the IE like worships the LA artists, like they're celebrities. So I reached out to the homie Fat Meech that I met through because I was playing football. So one of my people on my team, they knew Fat Meech personally. So I tapped in with him, and then I got connected to like basically like all the LA artists, like Almighty Suspect. So I had a session with Almighty Suspect, and one of the beats I had done was a sample, and he chose that beat and told me, let's make like a challenge beat. So I was like more of my hip hop West Coast type style. And then that song went big. So after that, I knew, oh yeah, I gotta really lock in and keep doing this. Like people want more music, so that's when I took it more serious, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so it started with Almighty Suspect then.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I'm surprised that one didn't make it.
Yeah,
That one was good. That was good.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. But nah, I'd say though, I feel like it really did start though when I think it was like freshman year of high school. Well, maybe really want to take music more. This was before the Almighty Suspect. I'd say it made me take it more serious when people were saying like, "Oh, you're trash. You can't make music. Like, what are you doing? Like, don't dream too big." Like, people was just like trying to make me not follow my dreams. Like, I really like music. People knew that.
Yeah.
So it's like people seeing me trying to make music progress, like share my beats and everything, and people was just trying to like tell me, "Oh, you can't do it. You can't do this." Like, so I just took that hate and people saying I can't do it, and I was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna show y'all wrong." Like,
exactly.
I'm gonna just do me.
Obviously you did. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's crazy. It's weird that people have that energy. You know,
Yeah.
trying to tell somebody they can't do something.
They can't do something.
That's
Like,
wild.
how are you gonna tell me how to live my life?
Exactly.
Like, I'm just doing me. But yeah, let me get this shot right quick.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you won. It's cool though. It's cool.
So after Almighty Suspect, where did things go from there? Was it kind of like a lot of downtime, or did it just kind of like start picking up after that?
After Almighty Suspect, it just started picking up. I just started tapping in with more. After the Almighty Suspect, it was just like a series of challenge beats that we did. I would just sample a bunch of different old hip hop beats like African Bambaataa, and then the last one I did with the homies Chill Out Mar and OMG, we did the Why You Bullshitting challenge, which is a remix of the Sugar Free Why You Bullshitting, and then that beat just skyrocketed. Like everybody was doing like little dances to it. YB in the mirror tapped in. He did a freestyle video that really got me going, and then it really just took off from there.
From there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's fire, bro.
I was gonna say you make that. That's cool.
So, around what year was that when you really started like Almighty Suspect?
That was 2016. 2016.
Okay, so it's been 4 years since then now.
Mhm.
How do you feel like you've progressed as an artist or producer?
I feel like I really progressed from beat maker, just making beats, to like actual producer, because my end of my senior year is when I tapped in with Blueface 2018 when he had dropped Dead Lokes, and he just dropped Tatiana. It was getting a little bit of buzz, so that's when I tapped in with him and told him like, "Oh, let's work." So he told me, "Oh, he wanted to be done a certain way." So me being a producer, I was able to just like create the vibe, and then that song went big.
Oh, yeah.
So at that point, I knew I went from beat maker to producer,
Yeah.
and I just progressed crazy from there.
What was that song?
That was Next Big Thing,
Oh, okay.
and then the next one after that was Two Cocks,
Yeah.
and then after that was on the album In the Zone.
Yeah.
But that came out like 2 years later. That song was old.
So you and Blueface just kind of hit it off?
Yeah, we just kept working. Oh dang,
There
2
we
for
go.
2. Okay.
Yeah. Let me get those back.
All right.
So when there's 2 cups left like that, you line them up.
Like this.
Yes, sir.
All right. Shoot.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, bet. Oh dang.
I know, those are always hard to hit.
Damn.
So, what do you think has been your favorite placement so far? Or something even that you're proud of, like an accomplishment that you're really proud of?
I'd say I'm proud of all my samples, all my challenges. Like that was new. Nobody was really doing a sample an old song, make it a crazy like party dance type of song. and then have people doing rap battles to it, like, oh, you win a prize or you win a feature or free beat if you get the hardest freestyle. Have everybody repost it, share. So that like started gaining me like tracking to my page, like started getting me followers, and then people started like just knowing. I separated myself from being, oh, he's just a producer, to, oh yeah, he's that producer. He's a more of an artist type of thing. Like
Exactly.
I'm the artist and I'm just making the beat, and then it's more of a collab than just, oh, that's just a producer.
Yeah.
Kind of like Metro, like
Yeah.
how he's like his own artist in a way.
Exactly. You really branded yourself.
Yeah.
Who you are.
Yeah. And then from there, I just branded myself as Yikemike. So,
Yeah.
so all the challenge beats, that was probably my favorite because it was just like my most original like work.
Yeah.
Like,
At the time.
yeah. And then from there, I just started getting more creative and then making like trying to develop my sound more.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I did that on the Next Big Thing with Blueface.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I kind of like really developed my sound more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. You make this one.
Yeah.
I was gonna say. I might get that arch.
Oh, shit. So, being from the IE, there's a large house party culture.
Yeah.
I feel like you were kind of a part of that as well. Talk a little bit about that. And I know, especially since COVID came back, you've been throwing those again. So,
Yeah, even during COVID, I ain't stopped.
Yeah.
Last year was lit.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about that. How did you get into like the whole, party scene and shit like that?
Well, even before then, like first thing, I like music, so it's like I want to always be around the music. So my first party, one of my football players, my football homies, he invited me to my first party back in middle school. So from there, I just like learned how to do like that dance, the Yiking dance, and then I was like, dang, I really like partying, like it's cool. So I started going to parties more, and then that's how I ended up being Yikemike, from just being out at parties and getting the most dances with the females, and then shoot, that just became like my thing. And then since I like music, so DJing was like I had to learn how to DJ. So I went from being the consumer to being the producer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alright, bro. Gotta put it away right here.
Ooh, thought you was gonna make that one. I was waiting for that splash.
Let's see if you got a comeback in there though.
I don't know, let's see. Alright, there it is.
Oh,
Damn,
you can also,
airball.
We can change up the rack.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do that for sure. Let me get. Alright, bet.
So yeah, it seems like you're involved with a little bit of everything, from producing, DJing. I know you have your own merch now.
Oh yep.
Yeah. So what's the end goal for like Yikemike? What's like?
I don't want to be known as just, oh, he's just that DJ, he's just that producer. Like I want to be known as like everything. Like I want to be able to like dip my feet into like multiple different things, like money, investments, businesses, music, owning a label, managing artists, and then having like clothing, merch. Like I do graphic designing too for one of my college classes. So I learned how to graphic design. So now another income source, another hobby I can do to make money.
Yeah.
Because music was first. Now I want to do more art. I'm like kind of like artistic. So you can hear my music. So now I want to show it like this T-shirt I designed for my studio, Time Fly Studio. And then you got my logo right here.
Yeah.
And then yeah,
Perfect.
just like to express myself.
You're just a businessman also.
Yep.
Damn, crazy.
Damn.
Okay. So now
Smoking.
you got a redemption shot. So if you make one, you keep going. If you miss them, pretty much game over. You want to change this up?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that for sure.
What you want to do?
Put that one to the that right there.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try that.
Okay, so
I get two or only one?
you can move. You can move on all of them if you want.
No, I'm saying do I get two shots
you
or
get
one?
two chances to.
All right,
yeah,
bet.
two.
All right.
Ooh, last one.
Ooh,
Oh, that was close.
Man.
Damn.
you beat me.
Yeah, bro. So, who are some people that you kind of want to shout out, and people that have motivated you, supported you up to this point?
I want to shout out, my friend Eli. The homie Y Eli, he kept telling me, keep working. My homie Ente telling me to keep being focused because there was a period where I was like going more DJing and like not producing as much. So I kind of like fell back a little bit from making music, and I was getting more into like DJing and like making my name grow in that field, like the DJ party scene. So he always motivated me, told me to get back and like producing, like, oh, this is how you came up. So because you finish how you start, so it's like you start how you finish. So I had to like get back in my grind mode with producing, making beats. So he was one of the ones that told me to get back in. And then I met one of my homegirls' dad. He got me into like really like focusing on making myself like more of a brand. So he also motivated me too. And then
That's cool,
that got me more into doing it. Of course, my parents, they told me to keep going. I always want to keep them happy, so to keep them happy, I gotta grind harder, get rich.
Yeah, it sounds like you got good people around you.
Yeah, I like keeping my circle solid, small, because you're only as good as your team. You're only as your weakest link.
Exactly, bro. Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate you coming through, bro. We played a good game. But,
Good game, man.
Take the dub on that one.
Hey.
That's a wrap. Yikemike, Breakthru TV.
Kickback for a nigga trying to chit chat. Get back, big dick, big gap. Keep a Mac for a nigga trying to network. Send them a message just to show him how the text work. Bitch, I'm bust down, my neck worth. No cap, I'm on his head till his neck hurt. Put his top in his lap, show him how to network. Pull the cord, yeah, now that's a wet shirt, nigga. Blowing smoke till his lungs hurt. Professor with the blow, I'm finna give him a lecture. Pressure. Janky, baby, I just look like this. Nigga started with sweet till I upped that bully tester.